Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Elisa Maria Designs. I'm Elisa Maria. Welcome back if you're back, and welcome if you are new. Just grabbing the stuff that I need. How are you? Happy Saturday. I am back with part 2 of our ArtDot Square Resin Drills, large canvases, and this is from Louise Goalby. This is the Seer. Did you see what I saw? The raven. I've been seeing nothing but ravens. If you don't know, if you know, you know, I should say. But if you don't know, I am doing an event in October every Wednesday at 7 p.m. with my members. So if you've been thinking about membership, now might be the time that you say, oh, that sounds interesting. I'm doing a 5-part series on the raven. You do not need a raven canvas. You can have any canvas that you wish, but just join us for this spiritual journey on the raven. So let's get to this canvas. So yesterday I was saying I opened up Butterfly Cat, and I did Butterfly Cat first because I had the 12-piece mini set. So if you're interested in that, I'll link that video. And I compared them both together. I compared the larger Butterfly Cat and the smaller Butterfly Cat in the 12-piece set. Beautiful packaging, this tube packaging with the beautiful photo of what is inside. But what I love about this, now yesterday, I'm downstairs in my living room because I need this big table, but I was able to just sling both of them over my shoulder and come down the steps. And there's an adjustable strap here too, which is really nice. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, just doing that motion, it reminded me of when I was running out of the house to go to yoga. I'm actually looking at the steps and I could see my other canvases there. So let me I'll get it so in case you want to see that one. Butterfly Cat. I did this yesterday in the large and the small. So in case you're wondering, in the tube, right? So this just reminded me when I did this of when I used to go to yoga and sling my yoga mat over my shoulder. It's so comfortable. I could there's like really no weight to it. But I was thinking, the picture is so beautiful that if I saw someone walking around like this, I would probably, inch my way over to see what it was. And of course I would ask, what is that? It's a conversation piece. And when you tell someone it's diamond art, now you're here because you do diamond art or you're curious about diamond art, but I don't have many friends that know what diamond art is. They know that I do something, but they're not really sure what it is. They don't know really how simple it is. They're like, oh my gosh, Elisa creates these beautiful works of art, and maybe they don't want to, maybe they're like too timid to ask what it is. But when you tell someone, oh yeah, this is diamond art, it's such a conversation piece to be, out and wearing this, or you're going to a friend's house, or you're going on vacation and you want to take this with you, or you're going wherever you're going. I mean, I really don't diamond paint outdoors, but it's so easy just to even carry room to room, going from upstairs to downstairs. Everything is in this tube casing. I keep going on and on about this tube casing, but I just love it. So what is inside? Okay, you have sparkling art, that's for sure. And this is an age-friendly craft. There's a premium canvas. And let me just go through instead of reading the tubing. Here's another little picture of the Seer, okay? So let's open this up. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I really do. I love this kit. Now, there's packaging that I love from other companies too. I had said that yesterday. We love the packaging from Diamond Art, Diamond Art Company, Diamond Art Club. I love the draw. I love the way that it opens and it slides out like a draw. I love that. I love Dreamer Designs. They have a little handle, but I really love this. I think that this is so smart. And like I said, there's an adjustable strap here. That was kind of snug on me and I liked it. It was really snug. And I didn't even feel it. It was so light. Okay, what's in here? Okay, the canvas. Let's get that out. Oh gosh, so pretty. Everything out? Everybody out? Anybody in there? My kid, when he was little, he probably would have made like a telescope out of this. He used to love pirates and pirate ships. He probably would have made a telescope out of that. So you could, you know how kids are? You give them a toy, they play with the box. Something else to think about, I don't know. So, okay, what's in the kit? Here we go. I just took everything out. So the first thing that I want to show you is just how easy this flattens out, right? Because usually we roll our canvases back. You don't need to. Now let me go get everything off the floor. You don't need to. It's already flat. Oh my gosh. Saturday morning, I need my coffee. I just flung the well, that's a testament to the case that you get here. Where is my other? Oh, there it is. It's across, I really shot across the floor. You know, my videos are, you know, for as curated as I try to be. This is the best that I could do. Here we go. Thank you, ArtDot, for still believing in me. So look at how nice it already comes out of the packaging, and it is flat. It's flat. Now, if you see any crinkles, you just peel back your plastic, and it will, you know, you can get those little crinkles out of there. See, just like that. And that also helps it flatten out even more. So beautiful, so mystical, so wonderful, so symbolic with the raven. Beautiful colors. Let's take a look at the glue line here. That's something I want you to see. If you are not a washi person, and I am not a washi person, there is barely a glue line, so you don't have to worry about, oh, I have to put washi around the perimeter because I don't want to get anything dirty. It just comes almost a little bit past the photo. See that? Can you see it? So pretty. There is a legend on the right and on the left, and this one has 42 colors. Now on the smaller ones, they broke up the count. They put half of the count here and half of the count there so that you can get a nice big legend, and they didn't just squeeze it all together. Let's look. Here is the sticker sheet. Again, you get this wonderful sticker, and you get these big stickers of symbols, and really nothing too crazy with symbols either. Numbers, letters, check marks, hourglasses, arrows, that's it. But you see how these three are different? They have like a little rainbow effect in there. They indicate that they are AB drills. So there's 3 in here. You can see that right away. I love how big the printing is here. And ArtDot has their logo on the top. They have their socials on the bottom. This is 70 by 47.5 centimeter or 27.5 by 18.7 inches, okay? You're going to see on the bottom here, let me just move this for a second. You're going to see a code here that tells you where your drills came from, but there's also, it says LOU, and I would imagine that's for Louise, and then TS for the Seer. So, original by Louise Goalby, the Seer, rendered by ArtDot. So if you put your drills away, because you're going to be looking on here, they have their name on their ArtDot, so you know these are ArtDot drills. Here's the DMC code, Lou for Louise, TS for the Seer, and then this is just the code for this particular kit. And what do we have on the bottom here? Friendly and hassle-free customer service, www.artdot, supported@artdot.com. And I can testify to that. Anytime I've ever had to call anybody for anything, one of my canvases didn't have a sticker sheet, they were back to me within the hour. And they were, you know, sending me over a sheet that I could use in the meantime. So we have the toolkit in here. ArtDot's marketing color is this beautiful blue. So everything that they give you will be in the blue. Oh, the pen came through the other side of the plastic. Here we go. You have a blue diamond painting pen, and it has a multi-placer on one side that picks up 3 diamonds at a time, or a single placer, and you have 2 plates of blue heart-shaped wax. They have a silicone base on the top and the bottom, so you can peel that off. Piece of silicone. Keep the silicone on one side, peel the top part off, Let's load the pen, press it into the wax, give it a little twirl. You're ready to diamond paint. And if you want to multi-place, place it into the wax, just give it a little wiggle wiggle, and there you go. You're ready to go. Your pen is loaded up. Now the reason why I told you to keep your silicone on one side is if you like to dip your pen often, you don't like to wait until it gets down to the very, very end, that silicone side, you can place it right on your canvas. You can leave it out, or you can keep dipping as much as you like. It's not going to stick to the canvas. So there's a little tip there. I like to give you tips with your tools, not just, you know, to show you what you got. So we're going to be using that. We're going to leave that out. Let's put this over to the side. I've been looking for my glasses. There they are. Okay, we have our sticker sheet, and you get inside the kit. What went flinging across the room was the new ArtDot clear storage case drill trays. You get a big one, a large, and you get 2 of the smaller ones. And I'm going to give you a tip for this too. Now you can see the ArtDot name. Can you see that in there? See it a little bit? There's a little hinge up here. That's a lock. So you want to make sure, I grab it. There's like a lip here. I grab it from here. Some people press it open like that. I don't have luck with that. I don't have luck doing it that way. I feel as though you have to lift it just a little bit from the lip. It's very easy to lift it, very easy. Okay, so the tip that I'm gonna give you here with the clear cases is when I take my lid off, sometimes I have a hard time seeing it. It's clear. I mean, you can barely see it on the camera. And this is, you know, a very good camera. So I was thinking of ways of like, how can I, you know, how can I see my drill cases? Now, if you have a tower, this might not work, but just make sure when you go to close this that you hear it close, you hear it lock. Let's do it with the little one. I want you to hear that snap. Okay, and they will get, you know, these are new, so after a few times opening and closing, they will loosen up. So I was thinking, like, a lot of the times, like, how, you know, sometimes I get confused, where's the top, where's the bottom, and how to store them. So what I did yesterday was I put my label right on top. Now, if you have a tower, you're probably going to put it here, which it's a visual. I'm a visual learner. So let me just say here, 739. I'm not going to use the 5200 because that's white. So I have 739, and so I like putting my labels right on the top, so I know down here is the opening and up here is where the lock is. So that's how I use that. And then I'm going to use 3841. Down here is the opening, up here is where the lock is. So I know. And I tend to store them where I can either see them flatly, but you know, the labels are there so you know, of course, what is inside. But when you see these drills, and I'm going to just give you a little demo here with the drills. Let's go through the rest of the kit. I'm going to show you. You don't really even have to rely on the labels so much other than to check that you have the right one in your hand, okay, because of the canvas and because of the drills. And I'll tell you what I mean in a second. You get a nice stack of release paper. I really like this. I don't use release paper. I like seeing what I am diamond painting. So I wouldn't cover, I might cover a row, but I don't cover the whole thing. And I find that when I go to put them away and put them back, that I don't like if the release paper tips up or anything like that. So here's your release paper, and you get a nice amount. There must be about 25 sheets in here. I'm going to take a few out, and again, give you a little tip with the release paper. Here we go. Let's pull this back. So let's just say I want to use my release paper. Now you can go vertical or horizontal. You can go vertical. You can go horizontal with your release paper. But the one thing that I would do is I would put my first sheet down. Okay, and I'm going to leave a little bit of a lip. I still want to see my legend, but I would place these down where I have a little bit of a lip. I'm going to overlap is what I'm saying. I'm overlapping so that I can grab this. Because if I go right next to the next one, you know, I'm gonna have to get my tweezers and I'm gonna have to pick at this, but very easily, look, I can just pull it right up. So make yourself a little lip there. The other thing that I would say with my release paper that I would do is, and when I was a beginner, and I always keep my tutorials to a beginner level so that you learn something if you don't know it. And if you are a beginner, you're gonna start right out of the gate with a lot of tips and tricks. So maybe this is too big of a diamond painting space for you to diamond paint. Let's pull this back. Maybe you feel like, I'm a little overwhelmed, I've never done this before. And yes, using the release paper helps narrow the area down. So let's just do this, okay? And I'll take one more. Or maybe you just start here, okay? Maybe you just start with this little section here because you're new and you want to take it in baby steps. Let's put this up here like that. Okay, so maybe you just do this section, okay? But then you get to your next section and you have a bigger spot. That might be too much for you. So what I would say is to get your release paper and fold it in half. Do a little fold. Okay. And then what you can do is you can just fold back, see, half. And be like, I'm just gonna do that section. And even if that is too big, then you can fold your release paper even again one more time. Okay, maybe you have a canvas that has a lot of confetti, and so you can fold it again. And what you'll do is you'll cut your release paper almost up to the middle, and then you'll be able to fold one side or the other or the other. Here's my scissors. So let me just show you my little tips here. I'm going to cut almost to the middle, all four of them. I'm not going to do all four, but maybe, you know, you're running out the door and, you know, you just want to do a little diamond painting. Maybe I'm always waiting on my husband when we have to go somewhere. So maybe I just fold one half back and then that's going to be what I do, just that little piece there. Release paper can be used for a lot of different aspects, a lot of different ways that you can use release paper. Now, I don't use it. I might use it to do one section at a time. Lately, I've been just folding back my plastic and going for it. But I don't like washi paper along my canvas. I just don't. I find it to be, I'm a messy crafter, and so that's why I don't use it that much. But I will take a piece of release paper and put it along the edge there so I don't lean on my canvas and get the oils of my hands along the edge. I can use that. There's very minimal glue here, very minimal. But even so, sometimes when you're diamond painting, if I was going to say, how do I use release paper? That would be the way that I'm using it now. And because I pull my plastic all the way back, I do take a couple sheets of release paper in case I do get into a section that's kind of juicy that I want to get into and I don't want to lean my arm on things. I'll take a piece of release paper and put it down so that I can lean on this area. I'll just lean, you know, my hand might be leaning on this area and then do this part. So that's the ways that I use release paper. Just want to give you another little tip, couple of tips there. Let's put this back. What else is in the kit? We have our release paper, we have our pen, we have our wax, we have our trays. I already have the little stickers. I showed you how I use those, and I'm going to give you a tutorial on why it's not so important that you be looking for the symbol or the number. Okay, you have your little thank you from ArtDot. Scan this code here. It's your warranty for a year, and that is good for after sales service, returns, replacements for anything faulty, coverage for diamond related issues, including loss, mix up, or spillage. Spill your drills, call them up, and they will replace them for you. Okay, let's just say this dropped and it didn't stay locked and you lost your drills. Well, then call ArtDot up and have them replace that for you. And then If that wasn't all enough, you get the ArtDot sealant. How much is in here? 80 mil. I don't know what that comes up to in ounces, but there's a nice, look at how big that is. It's almost as big as the tray. It is as big as the tray. So, you can't even see that tray, it's so clear. Of ArtDot sealer, so that when you're done, you just open this, there's a little spatula, you pour it on, and almost like you're frosting a cake. You just smooth it out. Now, I love ArtDot sealant. I have a big container of it because I use it for more than just my diamond paintings. I use it for a lot of different applications, and it dries crystal clear. In fact, it's crystal clear when it comes out. It dries crystal clear. They say give up to about 2 hours to let it dry, but I find that it dries a lot quicker. It does not dull my drills in any way whatsoever. They are still crystal clear and sparkly themselves. So you get a nice sealant in a kit, in a toolkit for a diamond painting to get these great trays to start with, and the sealant and the release paper. It's what I love about ArtDot. When you order something from ArtDot, you never just get what you ordered, you get a little bit more. And then one more thing, not done with you yet, there's these great tweezers. I think that these are called dolphin nose. I usually call them a golf club. I think they're dolphin nose tweezers. And I have been practicing my tweezer game. I like that it's flat like that when I want to go into a line, because if you have rows of drills, you can go right in there. Look how sharp that end is. I can go right in between those lines, and I can pinch this together to align my drills if I need to. But I'm getting really good at picking up with my tweezer. It's fun to practice. Sometimes I can pick up just one. Some days I can pick up 2. Other days I can pick up 3 and place my diamonds down. Now, a lot of diamond painters use tweezers just to do their A-B drills because they don't want to get wax or putty on their drills. And I have another tip for that too. So where'd the lid go? Everything is clear and I'm blind. So, all right, here it is. You get these great tweezers. Nice long tweezers, nice grip, very sharp. Keep these covered. Keep these covered. There we go. Now, let's put the drills. Let's open up these trays. Let's take a look at the palette. A lot of greens, and some chocolatey browns. And let's see, I see an AB drill here. Oh, wow. Oh, pretty AB drills. You have the white 5200, but you also have like a flesh color. That's interesting. And a baby blue. Okay, so I'm not going to use the white, but I am going to use the other two. Let's take this out here. So this is 5200 is the white. So here's the square. Now just look at that. You don't see any kind of trash in there whatsoever. And ArtDot has a coating system. Their drills get sprayed with an anti-static dust. So you don't have to worry about dryer sheets. How about that? How about that? 3841. Here we go. 3841 and 739. I was looking for a symbol on this. There's never a symbol on here. What am I going crazy? Okay. So let's open this up. 3841. Put these in here because we're going to be putting these on the canvas. I think giving you a little tutorial with the AB drills is great. You give them a little shake. And there's a reservoir on this side. And you have your horizontal or vertical lines, however you diamond paint. I diamond paint vertically. I like them standing up. And then you have these little sections up here where they will drop into those little trays that they hold just 3 at a time. So let's get the lid on this. And then, like I said, I know that that's the top and that's the bottom. See? I feel a little bit more confident with the lid on. There we go. And then we're going to put 739 in this one. Oh, I love this flesh color. Oh, got two that got away. There we go. I keep out on my desk a little fingertip. You know, did you ever see that stuff? I think it's called Sort Wick. You can get it on Amazon. It just moistens your fingertips if you do a lot of paperwork so that you can grip or you count money. I used to carry it in my apron when I was in the restaurant business. So if I had to count money, or I worked at a casino too, you're counting money. It just helps you separate. And I used to keep that as a fingertip moistener if I dropped my drills. Don't lick your fingers. I tell you all the time. Put that in there, you got away. And I used to also use it to moisten my wax, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so look at how pretty these are. And again, no static in there. I'm a crazy shaker. That's why I'm more confident with the lid on. I have to do it looking this way. Here we go. And then drop them over to the side. They're so pretty. They're like, it looks like it has like a champagne coating. AB stands for Aurora Borealis. So these drills have a Aurora Borealis effect to them. Very pretty. Oh, I love that. I can't wait to get those out. Okay. So now let's look and see what is left here. Starting with 164, two of them. 166, let me take this one. 166, 300. You have three of them right there. 367, 368, 2, 368, 1, 369. Okay, so you have a little family here. 367, 368, 369, and I like that because it blends so nicely when you have colors of the same family. 433, there's two. 435, 437, 470, two of those. And then you have 500, 501, 581, two of 581. Oh, these beautiful. Well, she's like in a jungle here. So let's put this. Next train is going to be 782, 813, 838. You have 838, 839, 841, 898 right here. And then you have 904, there's two, 909, 926, 934 right here, 936, two of those, 937, three of those. And then you have 938, 975, 2975, 3975. Okay, 989, 3045, 3064, 3371. You have two of those. 3371, 3768, 3772, 3818, 3819, 3826. Two of those. 3857, 2 of those, and 3862 and 3863. Okay, beautiful drill colors, all nice and sparkly and shiny, and really you don't see any of them bouncing around in there because they're like, you know, just dying for you to open up the plastic, and they come, you know, get them where they come at you, they attack you like fleas because there's so much static. You have them on your kit. That has to be the worst kit up. That kind of kit up takes me days to do. I just don't have the patience to open up, you know, sleeves of drills, and they're, you know, jumping out. They literally jump, and they're jumping on your fingers. Oh, it's maddening. Oh, I can't take it. So here's what I wanted to tell you about the canvas and about the drills. Let's move this out of the way because we're going to be working. Let me take these off too. We've already done our demo. Nice stickiness on there. I don't like touching my canvas because I don't want to get the oils of my hands on here. Okay, so what I wanted to say about this canvas and the drills is you can almost just look at the color and match it up to the canvas. Like I'm looking at this color here and I'm thinking it goes right here. The minty greens, you know, they match, the color of the canvas matches almost perfectly, if not perfectly, to the painting. And you can almost see right where the drills are going to go. I don't have a tower, so my drills are kind of like all my numbers are together, so I know that they're here. And then all my alphabet is together, so I know that they're there. And then I have symbols, but maybe they're arrows or circle, geometric shapes, let's just say. They're here, arrows are here. So I kind of know if I'm looking for a number and I have maybe just two numbers, I'm like, oh, well, it's the blue one. And then I just double check it, of course. So I think having these clear containers, and it's not a big deal if I have my symbol on the top, but that's me. You're probably gonna want them on the side, and it makes sense either way. If you put your sticker on the out where you can see it, if either you put it this way, you're gonna know that your lock is there. Maybe that's the way you wanna do it, where you put your sticker on this side, so you know when you pull it out, all you have to do is open up, and you can get to diamond painting. Okay, but I like mine down there because I know that the lid is there and I can just open it up. Okay, just a little tip. I hope I didn't confuse you. I think I confused myself, but a tip. So let's see where these AB drills are. We're gonna get these out of the way. Let's look to see where are these AB drills. So I could maybe take a guess a little bit because this is like a baby blue, and I would imagine that it's going to be, because there's a lot of green down here. Let me just show you. There's a lot of green, and she is in this dress that is like almost very woodsy, like this branch here. A lot of green, so I don't see really any blue up there, down there. So I'm gonna move up on the canvas, and let me see, what are the symbols? It's a 1, and kind of like, oh, so here's the blue. Right here. Let me see the picture. Is it on the sticker sheet? Yeah. So let me see what this is here. That there's just like little specks of light that are like, this is a tree in the background, and there's just little flecks of light coming through. You see that right there? That's where that blue is going to be. And then I love this coming off the Raven. And I wonder if that's 5200. 5200 is the @ symbol. And yes, it sure is. So that white glow is coming off the Raven right there. And then we have these like little specks of light that are coming in between the branches. They're here. They're outlining a little bit. Oh, they're right, it's on top of all the branches. Let me see. Let's get the bigger picture. Here's where they're going to be, right here. See that blue? That's actually an AB. It's kind of matte, the picture on the tube, but that's where they're going to be, right there, that blue. And then you have the white AB that's going to be all around him. Very nice. And then what's the other one? I have 3. There's the white. Here's this one. And then we have like this flesh colored one. Oh, of course, it's going to be on the outline of her face. Oh, and all in here, like a highlight in her hair. Hello again. I was doing my editing and realized that I did not show you the tutorial on the AB drills, so let's get to it. So I always come from the perspective that you're a beginner, okay? So you have your pen, and you have your wax, and you have everything that you need in your kit to begin diamond painting. But here's what I want to tell you about your AB drills, is they don't like wax. So how do you get around that? Let me show you this one here. Okay, so here's my AB drills, little shake. And this happened yesterday with Butterfly Cat because I didn't do this one little tip that I have, and it pulled my wax out. Your AB drills have a coating on them, and the wax sticks to it and it pulls the wax out. So if you get yourself a paper towel and you wet it, and you just dab your pen first. You'll be able to not only pick up your AB drill, but you'll be able to place it down and it won't stick, okay? I should probably show you what happens if I don't wet it. So let's not wet that side, okay? I'm gonna pick up my drills, let's see. See what happened? It pulled the wax out. They're sitting, where am I? They're sitting right, here's the wax. It pulled it right out. So let's not do that. So let's start over again. I'm gonna get my wax. Again, I can leave this right on here because I have the silicone on the back. I'm gonna refill my pen. I'm gonna wet it though this time. Here we go. I'm gonna wet it. And what I do is I push my drills over to one side so I can pick them up. Sometimes you get an extra one. And I'm going to place it down. And there you go. My wax is still on my pen. So a little tap. And I can pick up my drills. Pick up another 3. I don't even know if I need 3. Let's see. Here we go. And place it down. And again, my fingers on here. I'm going to use my release paper so I can lean my hand on there and not lean it on the canvas, because if you do, you'll start to relieve the oils of your hand or your fingers. Now, if you don't want to use that, you want to try using your tweezer. A lot of diamond painters use their tweezers to pick up their AB drills. They don't want the wax on them at all, even with the water. They don't want it interfering. And so you can use, look how easy you can pick up with this. Such a nice tweezer. Has a long neck on it, and it has a nice point. And what's nice is you have an aligner. I can get this whole row here and just give it a pinch. And I can align my drills. Not that they're uneven, but I can give it a nice pinch and get a nice alignment there. I do like using my tweezers. I really, really do. It slows me down. And it's almost like a little meditation practice. And then I can challenge myself too. And I can try to start maybe picking up 2 at a time. Some days I'm really good at it. Some days I'm not. But it's easy to use your tweezers. And then I can give them a little pinch. Okay. And this one is in between. So the tweezers don't interfere. You can still get in between spaces. Here we go. You don't have to worry about wax either. In the summertime, the wax gets kind of oily. And if you use putty, it gets kind of stringy. So if you learn how to use your tweezers, you won't have to worry about any of that. And so there is your AB tutorial. But now that I'm looking at her eye, and I see that the blue is in the eye. Of course I want to do that one. I want to do the blue in here. Oops. See, I'm a vertical diamond painter, so I have to grab it this way. I was trying to grab it with the tray horizontally. There we go. See how nice it fits right in between? And then give a little pinch. And I can drop it right in. You can use your other side of your tweezer too to give it a good press. And then these two are the white. But I put the white away already, didn't I? Oh, I think I did. Yep, I put my drills away. Like I said, I noticed this after I was done. I was editing. I was like, oh, I forgot to do my little AB drill tutorial. So there you go. Load it with tips and tricks. Have fun. Here's your sticker sheet. Here's your beautiful canvas. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I think it's absolutely stunningly beautiful. I would check out Louise's socials, Louise Goalby. Go to her Instagram. I will put the link in the description, and take a look at her artwork and the magical animals that she creates. They're just breathtaking. The 12-piece set has been a joy to go through with you. I'm glad I gave you a review yesterday with Butterfly Cat. I will link that also. And I will see you, as always, in the next one. Enjoy your diamond painting session and enjoy your weekend. Bye, guys.